Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. All right. Hi, guys.
Hello, everyone.
And welcome back to another episode
of the SaVeg podcast.
Goddamn. Very serious over here.
Damn, Roses.
So, guys, it's getting cold up in here. It's winter.
Yeah, it's definitely getting brisk. That's for sure.
Are we prepared?
I don't know. I know we shouldn't complain because this is every winter for us.
I know.
But I was coming from my parents' house and I got off the bus and started walking outside and just I had my gloves on. I was pretty wrapped up, but it was still so cold.
It's so cold. I can't.
And I was like, oh God, they did say apparently this year in Calgary, it's supposed to be a really harsh winter.
How do they know?
I don't know. They there's a forecast or something. Or
I don't trust the forecast.
Maybe they have the signs.
They've been wrong. They've wronged me too many times.
That's true. I mean, I feel like weather is one of those things that's it's so, I'm sure meteorologists will disagree with me, but I feel like it's also hard to predict because there's some form of prediction, but also you can get a freak storm come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it must be hard to predict because every time I check the weather is completely different from what was said.
Exactly. They're today is going to be sunny and beautiful. And 10 minutes later, it's a torrential downpour. Fuck you. You said it would be nice out.
Oh God. Anyway, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for winter.
No. Well, actually, one thing I am doing, so I said to myself this year, I didn't do it last year. Well, I kind of did it last year, but I didn't take lessons.
God. You gonna take snowboarding lessons?
Well, I'm gonna take skiing lessons. Yes.
Skiing?
Yeah.
For sure?
Yeah.
You've decided?
I've decided, yeah.
Without me's?
You're too busy.
You barely asked.
Well, no, I did ask.
Barely.
I gave you the
Did
dates.
you sign up?
I haven't signed up yet, but I'm going to.
It's not gonna happen.
So basically, I'm gonna sign up for the lessons. And
when, Daniel? When?
December. It's December 27th to the 30th or something.
Oh God, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, right after.
How
Christmas.
are you gonna get there?
Drive.
With whose car, Daniel? With what car? Who has the car, Daniel?
It's my parents' car.
What vehicle? Okay, so your parents' vehicle.
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm gonna go to the mountain.
Do you have to buy the supplies?
No, you you can rent them.
So they supply. It's in the COP.
Yeah.
Should I do it?
I think you should. You said you wanted to learn. We'll be just going on the bunny hill, And
I'm such a little chicken shit.
But it's we're gonna be on the bunny hill. There's no trees or anything that you can hit.
Daniel, if we break something at this age,
oh God damn,
it takes a long time to heal.
We could fall and break a hip. Yeah. Next time we're on the podcast,
our cells don't regenerate like they used to.
That's so true. When you think about the concept of aging, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Because all the cells in our body regenerate, right? But it's something happens in that regeneration process whereby every time it does it, the cells get weaker. Is that
what happens?
I think so.
I'm not a biologist.
This is my understanding is because think about it, your skin cells, for example,
right?
They're regenerating all the time. You're always shedding skin. Your hair is always growing.
Right.
All of this stuff, but over time,
it's not as effective.
Yeah. So if they figure out the biome or whatever,
we only have a certain number of cells. No.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I would imagine.
And then so maybe we run out of cells. I don't know.
That's definitely not it.
Scientists are screaming right now.
I know they're these guys are clueless. No, but I do think it is.
It's something to do with the regeneration.
It is, yeah.
Which is why, if you get a cut or something and you're old, it takes you a long time to heal.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're a kid, you can fall and scrape and you'll be fine by tomorrow.
Exactly. Well, it is scary.
I know.
If you're old and you slip and you hit your hip or something.
I know.
You can smash your hip.
Just
crazy shit
it's
happens.
Bad.
Yeah.
And I'm having a mental breakdown about getting old already. So
why, Rose?
I don't know. This morning at 6:30 in the morning, I was texted Daniel and my other friends being I'm having a nervous breakdown. This happens at least once a week coming from either end.
Yeah,
right?
This is true.
One of us is gonna have some kind of mental breakdown.
Sometimes it's about aging. Sometimes it's about other stuff.
Yeah. Today I was I'm old. I'm gonna there's no hotties. There's no prospects. There's no no one. I'm not interested in anybody. Everyone's gross.
God damn, Rose.
I didn't say that, but and then I'm getting less desirable as I get older.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's true. No, I'm kidding.
Guys, no wonder I'm having a mental breakdown. And I'm like getting wrinkles. I'm worried about my skin getting dull and gross.
This is, you know what? I think we need to embrace. I wish that society wasn't so geared for like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like
I want to embrace it, but it's hard.
Yeah, we should like embrace our aging. Like,
but
you're
I
right.
don't want to.
I agree.
I know we should,
hard.
but I don't want to.
But I mean, look, we went out. So one of the things we did this weekend, guys, we went out for Halloween.
I dressed up as the Squid Game doll.
Yes. I was really lame and had a really bad week last week and wasn't able. Actually, I've been just always having bad weeks. It's not good. And
it's fine.
It's
there's bad days. There's bad weeks.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get a costume while I was like frantically trying to get a costume, but like the mask that I wanted was like out of stock. This was like weeks ago. Anyway, long story short, we did go out. And no,
Daniel, what did I do with your face?
So Rose, actually, this is actually quite a funny story. So I was like, oh, I'm going to be Rose was like, you should just use these devil horns that I have.
Yeah, I got these devil horns that we wore last week.
Yeah.
From Dollarama. Yes. Best purchase.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'll just like dress all in black and I'll wear these like devil horns.
Sure.
And we'll do some like devil makeup or whatever it was. And Rose was like, okay, cool. And then Rose is like doing my face.
I was doing his makeup.
Yeah.
And what?
And then all of a sudden you're like, God damn, Daniel. Damn. And I was like, oh, she's like, Rose is just fucking with me.
What?
I don't know what she's talking about. So she's like doing my face makeup and everything. And then I go into the bathroom and I'm like, holy fuck, I actually look so good.
Yeah. I was like, damn, Daniel, you look good.
Like I should wear makeup more often.
I know. I'm like, makeup, does
enhances the natural.
Does some people good,
I think it was mostly like the thing that I really loved, which I think was the nicest, is that like having the dark eye makeup.
Yes.
Like made my eyes pop so much.
Yes, exactly.
Like, we need to normalize men wearing makeup.
I mean, it's kind of normalized, especially gay men. You should start wearing it.
God damn, Rose.
I mean, But it's also my skills. So I put white makeup, white cast, and then did the smoky eye.
Oh, you did
it was gorgeous.
It was a beautiful smoky eye.
It was great.
Like,
I was very proud of my job.
I sent it to one of my coworkers, and they're like, "God damn, you're giving us like Edward Cullen vibes."
Yes, I was like, you got the Edward Cullen, the Johnny Depp, the Pirates of the Caribbean look.
So I think I'm gonna decide. I think on more Halloweens I need to wear makeup.
Maybe next year should be Johnny Depp.
Oh, like from like Pirates of the Caribbean or something.
I mean, a lot of people have done it, but still.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. A lot of people have done it, but have a lot of people done it well.
Well, not everybody has the privilege of getting makeup done from me.
That's very true, Rose. I mean, you should have been. I think you were a makeup artist in a previous life, weren't you?
Oh, such an exaggeration. But anyways, we did go out. It was lame. Nobody dressed up.
Yeah, it was quite quiet.
We were like the only ones that dressed up.
It shocked me because it was a Saturday, guys.
What is wrong with this city?
It was a Saturday.
See, that's another thing. This is another reason why I'm depressed.
Was it because of our Saturday night?
No, not because of our Saturday night, but because of this city.
I know.
It's fucking depressing.
It's funny because...
fucking depressing.
Okay, Rose, deep breath.
I'm having a moment. My friends, I'll be better tomorrow.
Okay. I love too because I'm like, we're always like, okay, let's like do things to make us...
Here's the thing. We try.
Yeah. The best. I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but we were like, oh, we need to start doing things more in the community and like going to events and really like trying to make the most of it, right? So, we saw this like bar, and outside the bar it had like this little like chalkboard that was like Wednesday comedy nights, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. This is what we're doing. We're gonna do a Wednesday comedy night. So Wednesday rolls around. Me and Rose are like, let's go to this comedy night. It usually starts around, I think it was 8:00. So I was like, cool. Get to this bar, walk up the stairs to this bar. Literally, there was one table sitting there. And we're like, okay, cool. So we get in there, we sit down, the server comes over and we're like, hey, so what's going on with the comedy night? Oh yeah, the comedy night's canceled. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. So we ordered some food, had a drink there, realized that the only table sitting there was actually the kitchen staff.
That were just sitting there because there's no customers.
Because there was no customers. And then as we're sitting there, we're like, okay. And it's getting like, we'd been there for like maybe 20 minutes. And we're like...
And it was like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay? It was like maybe 9. Okay?
No, it was because the comedy thing started at 8, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I think you're right. We got there at 8 and then it was like maybe like 8:20. So finally it was like 8:25. We ate our food. We drank our drinks. We're like, okay, like let's go. This is like very quiet. Let's just go have a bottle of wine at your house or something. And as we're leaving, the guy's like, I'm going to have to unlock the door because apparently they were closing down and had locked the door waiting for us to like finish our drinks. And I was like, it is 8:20. on a Wednesday.
I know. What the fuck happened?
I don't know. Anyway, like, and it's like, we have the good intentions.
We tried. Here's the thing. I'm trying. Okay. But the city is just.
And it sucks because, like, I was saying this to someone else the other day. I was like, I feel like the city of Calgary has so much potential.
I know.
Because, like, it's a very, like, relatively young city. It's, like, got some really beautiful areas. But I feel like it's the mentality here. It's, like, very much a commuter city. Everyone finishes their jobs. Even, I mean, I guess not so much during COVID. In COVID, people just stay in the suburbs, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of people just, like, move out of the city. Like,
yeah.
And I think it, and because the transit also isn't great, like it just kills any kind of like community vibes and stuff. Because like even if you wanted to, like, if you live out a little bit further out and you wanted to stay out for like drinks or something or a comedy night or whatever, it's going to take you like 2 hours to get home on the bus. Oh, God. So you're just going to opt not to.
So we can't say we're not trying.
Yeah, we are trying. We've done a few cool things, and I think we just have to keep our eyes on.
Name one.
What do you mean?
In the last month, name one cool thing.
Okay, well, not in the last month, but in the last couple of months, we both did the Van Gogh.
Oh yeah, Van Gogh. Yeah, that was cool. But every city had it, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, but still, it's something to do here. Also, that fun the orchestra thing.
That was nice. It was okay.
Okay, well, now we see why Rose is.
No, it was nice. You know.
Remind me not to invite you again when I have some plans like that.
It was nice, but it was raining, so it had to be inside, and it kind of ruined the whole thing. Because the whole point is that it was outside. That's true. And it was going to be in a candlelight. It's going to be so beautiful. But then it was raining, so we moved inside.
That's very true. That is accurate.
Anyway, I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah.
But this morning, I was feeling all the negative vibes.
You're having a moment.
I was having a major moment. I was like, I hate my life. No, I wasn't thinking like that. But I was like, oh my God, I'm getting old. And like, this city's lame. And oh my God, am I just like stuck?
Should we move somewhere else, Rose?
Oh God. And I don't know. Okay.
What is the answer?
I don't know what the answer is. I'm thinking like coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm like, when I was in London, I should have just like maybe like met the love of my life. Couldn't do that, of course.
You can't plan these things though.
I know, but like, what the fuck? Okay. Other people do it. What's wrong with me? Why can't I meet the love of my life?
Well, you know what, Rose? You are going to meet the love of your life, and it's going to happen
in this city. Oh my God.
You know what? You just got to put yourself
Sometimes
out
miracles
there.
happen.
Exactly. Believe in a miracle and your wishes will be granted.
Anyways, guys, I'm having a moment. So if you're having a moment, it's okay. We're having a moment together.
Share our moments together, guys. I'm also having some moments. Been having a few. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's the weather change or something.
Maybe.
I just have not been feeling myself.
Yeah, it's depressing. I don't know what it is. Like, I think I just need to travel again. I miss being in a place where there's culture and excitement. And people.
The thing is, there's some great things about Calgary that like just this weekend I went into this like not like far out of the city, but I went to a little like park, national park. It's called.
Yes, our nature is beautiful. I will say that.
So nice.
We do have very nice nature, but it would be nice to have nature with some culture.
This is true.
Like, yeah.
Why do you think the city is like so?
I don't know, and it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a new country. I'm trying to think of reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wonder
it's very industrial. It's very like oil and gas. It's not very, people driven city. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I wonder like if we lived in like Edmonton or something, if that would be the same. Like,
Edmonton. I think they actually have more culture than here.
Yeah.
Anyone from Edmonton, please let us know.
Comment. Let us know.
We always make fun of Edmonton, but Edmonton is a little bit more like
Well, and apparently Edmonton is called the Festival City of Canada, I believe.
What?
Or maybe not the Festival City.
Isn't that Montreal?
Montreal too, but where's my phone?
Where's your phone?
God,
what should I Google?
Just Google Edmonton Festival City or something.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Festival City of what? Canada or Alberta? Okay? Big difference.
I don't know, but I think it's the Festival City of something. I knew I had read this somewhere, guys. It does say Edmonton's the Festival City.
Hold on. Festival City of Canada. You might be right. Let's see. You are right. How is that possible?
Because it has 50 unique festivals annually.
Well, according to EdmontonExplore.com, which I would say is a little bit of a biased source.
I would not say that it's biased at all, Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a list. I mean, it seems like a very unbiased situation. So,
I mean, you know what? Maybe you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, apparently. Edmonton is the city of festivals.
Who did you guys see? I'm not just a pretty face sometimes.
They do have. I remember when I was like in my raver phase.
Yeah, you guys always went up to Edmonton.
Yeah,
didn't you?
like Edmonton would always have the raves.
Yeah.
So me and my friends would always like drive to Edmonton and then just stay overnight.
It also has like all the big concerts. All of those go through Edmonton.
They do have big concerts. I don't know why there aren't more concerts here.
It's because the reason being, and this is part of the reason why people are petitioning for like a new like dome here, is because apparently the Saddle Dome, because it's like the shape of it, it's like not very good for like big, like acoustically and whatever else.
Oh my god, that's so lame.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of big artists, like any big artist, normally they go to like Edmonton.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but anyway.
Okay,
guys,
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Yeah, let's cheer Rose up, and you know what's gonna cheer Rose up a lot is our Patreon shout outs.
Yes, my patrons or our patrons, they always cheer me up.
Exactly.
Okay, so who we starting with?
We are starting with
Nella May.
Ooh, Maria.
And Rose. Hi, Rose.
Hi,
nice
guys.
Nice to meet you, Rose.
Welcome to our little Patreon fam. Well, our growing Patreon fam, actually.
Yes, our growing Patreon fam. If you guys want to join us for as little as $3 a day, or not, I keep saying a day.
I know,
$3 a month, you guys. $3 a month. It is a fucking steal.
I was like, $3 a day? That's hella expensive.
A lot. I mean, it's like a Starbucks every day, but I mean, it's cheaper than a Starbucks. Anyway, it's $3 a month. And you get a bonus episode every single month. And this month we talked about Squid Game. Yeah. So you need to join us. Oh my God, it was last month. It's November now.
It is November 1st officially.
So yeah, we don't know what we're going to talk about this month, but
I think we'll do another poll, see what everyone wants us to talk about.
So anyway, join us on Patreon so you can get early episodes, ad-free content, and bonus episodes every month.
Yes.
All right, you guys. So shall we jump into our stories?
We should. We shall.
We should. We shall.
We should and we shall. Our first story is about a boot.
It's a boot?
About
What's it a boot? Are we going out in a boat?
An influencer.
Ooh, an influencer. Which one? What? Oh God. I heard about this.
Did you hear about this?
Of course I heard about this.
Because you're in that influencer community. You be influencing people, Rose.
What is wrong with humanity?
Okay, but I is this so...
Are we just... Okay, guys, so this is the story. I mean, okay, it's not the worst thing we've seen.
No, it's definitely not the worst.
We've seen people murder people on the fucking,
Yeah.
Okay, so on the scale of like,
shitty people,
this isn't the worst, but it's a little,
it's like a family channel. It's a little icky.
It's like further than icky, I think. Anyway, okay, let's talk. Let's discuss.
Okay, so the story, guys, today is this Instagram model. Sorry, I'll start this again. Model posed on Instagram by her father's casket. I guess she wasn't prepared for the backlash. She quote unquote, "I treated the celebration as if my father was right next to me, posing for the camera as he has done with me on many occasions prior."
Okay, but the picture is, if you guys want to like Google this, her name is Jane Rivera, and she's wearing, I mean, I guess you can wear whatever you want to a funeral.
Yeah.
But, it seems very...
Well, and also the thing that I think makes it...
It's very sexual, the photo.
Yeah, and also it's an open casket.
Yeah, so she's posing in front of her father's casket, I guess at the funeral. And it's very like... It's like she's posing for like a fashion magazine.
And he's in the casket.
The dude's in the casket.
Yeah.
Dude is in the casket. The casket is open.
Yeah.
And she is posing in front of it.
And like she does a couple. I think there's more than one.
Yep.
Like there's that.
There's one where she's just like what do you call that? Where you like pop your leg up?
I know. You know those when you just do one
when
leg,
you're just being cute and you're like
and you're kind of like this and you stick your butt out.
It looks like she's I think that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
It's like I don't think people necessarily would have had a problem. I mean, it might have been a little weird if you took a photo in front of like your dad's casket, like posing like that. But I think people would not have had a problem if she wasn't like, posing as if she was like modeling for like a photo shoot.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem.
I think that's the main problem.
Yeah. Because she tried to justify it and say, this is what like, I'm just trying to, celebrate. Or not celebrate, but like,
But it's like you're trying to get likes. Like, let's be honest, right? That's another thing. Like, it's not just like, if you want to take a photo shoot, like, great, like, fine. But you're trying to capitalize off of your situation.
That's actually a really
Don't
good
you
point.
think so? Like,
yeah, because if you think about it, like if the second, so for example, if I went out somewhere, not to like a funeral, but let's say I go out and I take pictures, if I don't post them, I'm not trying to do anything with them, I feel like.
I guess, yeah.
Whereas like with her situation, like she took this picture and now she's posted it on her social media.
And it seems just very posed and very,
Yeah, I don't know. It's a
I mean, it's not the worst thing. Like you said, it's definitely not the worst thing, but it's like very cringy. There's like, I remember seeing like a TikTok of this like little child. I mean, he was probably like a teenager. And I think he was at his like grandfather's, I don't know if it was a hospital. I don't know if his grandfather was like passed away.
Yeah.
I think it was at a hospital. Maybe he was like on his deathbed. And then this dude is like, I don't know if it was a TikTok. It may have been, I don't know. But he's like lip syncing to some song where he's like, and his grandfather's like fucking lying behind him. And he's just like, I don't know what he was singing. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's basically like, love you, grandpa. And he's like lip syncing to a song. This is what we've come to.
I know.
As a fucking generation.
Like
no wonder we're doomed. We are fucked. We are not saving the climate. We are not saving this earth. We are fucked. Let's just give up now.
Oh God. And on that positive note, no, I think honestly though, like part of it too is like some of these moments, like, you want to like, I don't know, cherish them and not just always have to take photos and do things. Like,
That's the thing.
I'm not saying you have to be sad at a funeral. Maybe you're celebrating that person's life and you're enjoying and having memories of that person. But like, why do you have to take pictures and post it on your Instagram?
Exactly. Like, what exactly is the purpose, right? It's very self-serving. It's not like you can see her dad.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, like the only thing you can see is her and the fucking casket. Like, there's no.
And her comment there was, clarify the photos were taken with the best intentions in a manner my father would have approved with had he still been alive.
Oh my God, buddy.
But I'm like, he might have been like, hey, like I want you to enjoy my, celebrate my life at my funeral. Yeah. But like, be in the moment. Don't be having to post. Or if you do take this photo, don't post it on your social media.
I know.
Keep it for your own memories. Like maybe you wanted to, what is it called? Eternalize it.
Yeah.
Internalize that memory on a. Is that a right word?
I don't know.
Anyway. And take a picture of it and keep it on your phone and great. But like, why do you then have to post it onto your social media?
God.
And your social media account has millions of, I don't know if she has millions.
I don't know.
I don't think she's that big. But she's got quite a few followers. And I'm like, you're sharing this with like a lot of people.
Yeah.
See,
most people would just like share a photo of like, their dad, like when he's alive, like a photo that they took together. I think that's lovely. That's like a, that kind of shit is great.
That's what I've only seen on my social media.
That's what's like normal.
Exactly. Like a picture of them having a funny moment with their parents.
It's not so self-serving as well. Like this is very like narcissistic. Like let's take a photo of me dressed up like really nicely, looking very nice, makeup done perfectly, which you know what? Fair enough, whatever. I don't think I would look like that at, any funeral.
No.
Let alone my father's. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would, if I was wearing mascara, it would be like.
I would fucking be, what's the guy on Mean Girls with the hoodie? Damien?
Oh, yeah.
I'd be Damien with the hood up, with sunglasses, bawling my fucking eyes out. That's the thing. I get it. Maybe you don't grieve. I don't know. That's also kind of weird, but like, okay, sure.
But
like,
I guess everyone grieves. They say everyone grieves in different ways. I don't know if I believe this,
but okay. I mean.
Not everyone cries, Rose.
Yeah, but this?
I know.
Is this grief? It just seems weird. But hey, you know what? Maybe you don't cry. Okay. Maybe you cried at home. I don't know. I mean, again, that's not what we're bashing her about, but I do find it very strange to have perfect makeup, perfect outfit, like very like
manicured,
sexual outfit.
Yeah.
Like really nice outfit.
Like an outfit that you would go on a date on.
Like absolutely. Like red carpet outfit. Yeah. At a funeral. But again, maybe some of us, perfect makeup, never seen such perfect makeup at a funeral. Literally, I would look like I haven't slept in like 20. What is she doing? It's getting worse, Daniel. There's so many photos. How many did you take?
She took quite a few because this is another one where she's posing.
She took one where she's like doing a prayer pose. Like, what is this?
So not only did she took a bazillion photos.
Butterfly fly away. What the fuck? Did you know this man? Like, I'm starting to think that she did not know this man.
No, apparently it was her father. And her little quote was, Butterfly fly away, rest in peace. You were my best friend, a life well lived. I mean, it's a sweet post, but again, I think, you know, like, why not have a picture of you guys enjoying a memory together? Or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why does it have to be you?
Somebody tweeted, is having kids really worth it?
Oh God, guys, the internet's such a mean, cruel, but also hilarious place.
Yes.
You know?
I mean, seriously though, I don't know.
I'm just going to say from my own perspective, guys, if my kids show up at my funeral dressed in like a hoochie mama outfit.
Okay. Little slut shamey.
Okay, that is little slut shaming.
Anyway.
But like in a very nice dress that's like very makeup well done, posing for a bazillion photos to post on their Instagram of me.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I'm in the casket behind them.
Yep.
Dead.
You gonna come back to laugh and whip them.
I'm going to say, what are you doing? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But I guess, again, guys, who am I to judge? Everyone grieves in different ways. Everyone, you know, it doesn't sit that well with me personally.
No, it really doesn't.
But,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, and some people are saying like this is like inevitable part of, you know,
the culture
that we've created. Exactly. This culture of sharing everything, even our like, you know, sad moments, I guess.
Yeah.
And like putting that on social media to, you know, get sympathy points or people to, you know, like, again, similar to the family vlogs where, you know, it's almost better to have a tragedy where something really bad happens.
Because then everyone's like, oh my God, I feel so bad for you.
People like to watch the tragedies. People like to watch the sad moments.
Look at that. Remember, what was her name? That mom that was like forcing her son to cry. Now I can't remember her name,
but yeah, we know. Yeah.
We talked about her before, and she was like forcing her son to cry for that video.
For the thumbnail, yeah.
Yeah, she said, cry for the thumbnail. Mom, I'm really sad. No, but fucking cry. I need it for the thumbnail.
But seriously, now we've, you know, maybe that's what we've normalized. And of course, like, we're going to get people doing the extreme things.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't know.
It's definitely, again, like we said, it's definitely not the worst thing that we've seen. Like, there's definitely a lot of worse things.
Is this, what's worse? This or the woman that made her son, like, pose for the thumbnail?
Oh, they're both pretty bad in different ways.
They're both pretty bad.
I almost think the woman making her son pose in the thumbnail
is worse.
Yeah, because I feel like it brought additional layers of complexity.
Right. Okay.
In that her son was so young that it's like he's now not growing up in what's it called? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you learn behaviors
it's like a child.
Exactly, because you learn behaviors, right? Like when you're sad, your mom or your dad like gives you a hug or tries, you know what I mean? And even though he might in that moment, his mom was doing that maybe after she gave him a hug. Yeah. Subconsciously, he's not developing you know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot more like concern there.
I do wonder like what kind of effect, because it doesn't seem, of course, like, you know, when you think about the grand scheme of things and think about, you know, abuse in general, right? There's different layers of abuse, right? Yeah. So there's like, you know, actual, like, I don't want to call that necessarily abuse, but there's like, there's, physical abuse and emotional abuse, and there's different, levels of, seriousness when it comes to that. Yeah. But I do, that is a form of potential abuse in maybe in a more subtle way, but I do wonder what kind of effect that might have. Of course, like, she's not fully intentionally abusing her child, but like what effect, like psychologically?
Exactly. Well, this is what I mean. And I think it's the same, like, again, we talk about family vlogs, but like, it's just such a perfect example. Like, I'm sure those individuals aren't inherently like thinking they're doing something wrong. Sure. But like, I wonder what, and I don't have the answer to this, but that's a very good question. Like, what is long-term impacts on those kids going to be? Like, growing up in a kind of constantly filmed environment.
Like, they have to work all the time.
Yeah. Like, it will be interesting to see like later on what starts to come out of that. Yeah. Like,
I want to know.
Maybe in 10 years time.
Psychologists need to study this.
Exactly. We're going to have stories of, famous family vlog kids coming out later in life. Being
posing in front of their... Like, imagine that though.
Oh my God.
Maybe that could happen because kids growing up normalized, with this type of stuff normalized, like things being filmed all the time. Yeah. Even really sad moments, like having a camera in your face. Maybe those are the kids that grow up and pose in front of their parents' caskets like this. Yeah. And think it's normal and start vlogging.
Who knows?
Anyway.
I just think that like... The more and more we talk about social media, the more and more I'm just like, holy. But anyway,
yeah. I think there's ways of sharing tragedies, of course. I do think they help when we talk about difficult parts of, I mean, sometimes when you go through something really sad, you want to watch somebody talk about something that they've also gone through. Yeah. And so there is a huge benefit to it, but this is not the way.
Exactly. And I think again, I think we're starting to really see the effects of this because social media is not really that old, right? Like, it's been around for like 10, like Instagram's been around for like 10, 11 years. Sure. That's like a prime example. But like, you're right. The impacts of sharing your stories and talking to people about it is really, really powerful in part of your healing process.
Yeah.
Right. Like, but that's when you do it in person. You know what I mean? I think that there's like so much, we're seeing this with like the youth nowadays, like having social anxiety and having all these things when they're still like interacting with kids and peers online.
Yeah.
And they might post something about it being sad, but or like, a tragedy happened and then people are, flooding them with all these kind messages.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the same effect of them like sitting down and like, it might still help a little bit, but it doesn't, there's something about human interaction,
of course,
which I think we're really starting to miss. And I think we're really starting to see how this is impacting the younger generation.
But I do think there's a benefit of not necessarily from the perspective of the person sharing, but from the perspective of the viewer. So like that's what I mean in terms of like when you're going through something
see other
hard.
People going through
exactly.
it. Yeah.
So you can be like, oh, like I'm not the only one that like had this issue or this issue.
That's
so that's
true.
the only thing that I think is a good thing that is beneficial. Again, not necessarily to the person sharing, but to the people watching. But taking a photo of in front of your dad's casket, posing as a fashion model. Yeah. I don't think that's one of those valuable moments. But anyways, there's been worse things. Yeah. But damn, that's embarrassing. Yeah. Like, I can't imagine. Like, what was she thinking is what I want to know. Like, it's not like she's a child. At least the kid that did the TikTok or whatever at his grandfather's like hospital bed, he's a child.
He was like a young kid. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? He's a child. You're like a teenager. She looks old enough to know.
Yeah.
How old is she?
I mean, she looks like she's in her 20s.
She's in her 20s. She is old enough to know. Oh, she's
20.
Okay, she's a little young, but still. I mean, I wouldn't have done that as a 20-year-old. Like, come on.
God damn.
I mean, she looks good.
She does look good.
Whoever's doing her makeup did a good job. But anyways, still concerning. Concerned for, whoever has babies. God, you guys, I don't know how you're raising kids in this climate. God damn. Anyway.
Speaking of kids.
Oh God, what's going on?
That brings us to our next story. I don't know if you heard about this. I don't fully understand what is going on in the United States of America.
Oh God, are we talking about Joe Rogan?
Is he linked to this story? I don't think so.
He is, I think. I think he made a comment.
Oh, yeah. No. I did hear about Joe Rogan.
We'll talk about it a little bit after. But yeah, let's talk about this.
So I guess one of the policies that Biden is pushing for is for like more like family leave, basically. Sure. Like maternity, paternal leave, or whatever it is.
Fantastic. And of course, people hate it.
Did you know?
The Republicans hate it, I assume.
Well, actually, it sounds like both sides. I don't know. It seems like it was a very controversial topic. And
the U.S. has no mandatory parental leave, right?
No.
Exactly. No. That's fucked.
Yeah.
FYI, that is fucked.
So there's no mandate that says, like, for example, if you're a mother, you can take unpaid leave.
Exactly. That's
you can take unpaid leave of up to like 12 weeks, something like this.
Yeah, unpaid leave, but like unpaid leave means it's unpaid leave.
Exactly. And they said that like this type of policy, because a lot of the like white collar workers that are in high paying jobs, their companies might support them. Do you know what I mean? And give them paid leave. So it
disproportionately impacts negatively
Yeah.
the lower income families.
Exactly.
Which they already don't make enough money. So then what are these? And daycare's that's the fucked up part, right? Because if you're already like a white collar worker, you're already probably well off. Yeah. So you're making a lot of money. And then your employer also probably going to treat you a little better for some fucking reason, right? Yeah. And then, I get it. Like some jobs, I get it. There's going to be more benefits. Makes sense. But then that's when the government has to step in. You have to have mandated policies. Because of course, like if you're working at Walmart, they're not going to fucking give you paid leave. Are you kidding? It's Walmart.
It's crazy. It is actually crazy. Well, and they were saying like this is what happens. A lot of moms like in, kind of minimum wage jobs are giving birth. And then like 3 days later, back at work, working.
Because they can't. And then what are they going to do? Also, that's another thing. Like, are you going to afford daycare somehow?
Well, I don't know.
That's another concern, right?
Yeah. But this is what's funny. And we're going to talk about this in a second. But like, I was just like going through this and I was like, this is crazy. Like, so there's a conversation that's happening right now. I don't know if there's like a bill that they're trying to pass or however it works in the States. But they're like talking about how I think the initial proposal was for like around 12 weeks. Yeah. But they're saying now that like 4 weeks is looking more likely.
4 weeks. Guys, 4 weeks. A woman just pushed a life out of her vagina and you're going to give her 4 weeks to recover and take care of the baby?
Get this. The global average for paid maternity leave is 29 weeks.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? That's shocking and
it is
good.
16 weeks for paid paternity leave, according to the data from World Policy Analysis Center.
What country is giving 16 weeks to fathers? What's Canadian? Do you know what the Canadian policy is? Let me look.
I don't know what the Canadian policy is. I think I think
you can take one or the other, right?
Yeah.
Or
you can take a combination.
Let me see. Canada paternity
leave. But the crazy thing to me is just like how, especially in the States, like how this isn't a thing, like how there's like not.
Because it's the States, Daniel. We already know it.
No, I know. But like, it's funny because I wanted to kind of like link this back to, like these, I'm going to say this wrong, but like is it a pro-life or pro-choice? What's the one that's
get confused.
I always get confused which one's against.
Pro-life means they're anti-abortion.
Okay, so those people, the pro-life people.
I know, right? Another example of how difficult it is in America
to have a fucking child.
Yep.
Because like, especially the disproportionate impact it has on like low income families, whereby they're having children and they can't even take time off to like look after their kids or have any support or anything.
Exactly. But they still want you to have the baby.
Exactly. But
and somehow take care, like how? Explain to me how this is possible. How you expect people, like I genuinely don't understand. So you're not allowed to have an abortion, apparently, according to some people.
Yeah.
So you need to have this baby. Yeah. Okay? Have the fucking baby. You somehow have to have a baby and your employer has no obligation to allow you to take paid time off.
No.
So you can't. And if you're in a low income family, how are you going to support your baby? You just had a baby. You have to feed your baby.
Exactly.
Right? So then you can't take time off, but then you have to work. Who's taking care of the baby? I genuinely don't understand.
Well, maybe they have like a family member to help them. I don't know.
But again, that's another thing that's like happening though. It's like we become so independent. Individual. It's an individual culture, right? So yeah, some people might have families. They're very lucky, but not everyone has family that can take care of their babies.
That's so true.
You know what they say, like it takes a village to raise a child. It's true. Like it's always great to have family and friends to help you. But like not everybody has that luxury, God,
I can't believe, like, honestly, this is what, like, one thing, it's like, I've literally never, I'm sorry for all of our US listeners, guys.
It's so sad.
It is sad. I've never ever like had the desire, like, I'm sure there's probably some fantastic like job opportunities down there and stuff.
Yeah.
Cause like the economy, there is a lot more like business down there. Do you know what I mean?
For sure. Like if you want to like make a shit ton of money,
you
probably are better off in the States.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cause in Canada, it's like, you can still make good money here, but it's like more like regulated and stuff.
Yeah.
To some degree. But like, it just sounds like in the States, it's like you don't get like paid maternity leave. You don't get like a lot of benefits and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that sounds like shit.
I know.
I
know.
And actually, I do recall now about Joe Rogan did poke fun at this.
Yeah. So he said something about how like what if you have a mother taking time off, why do you need a dad taking time off or something like that?
This, yeah.
Let me Google. Wait, first let's talk about the difference between the US and Canada when it comes to parental leave. So it says, like we said, in the US, parental leave guidelines are established under blah, blah, blah. Oh, employers in the US are not required to offer paid parental leave for mothers or fathers, though some do attract and retain employees. So I'm assuming, it's like employers, it's up to the employer to decide, okay? But like you said, most of the time, if you're working a lower paid job, most of those employers are not going to provide paid paternity or maternity leave, especially if it's voluntary, right?
Exactly. And this is the thing. This would actually be an interesting thing because it's voluntary. I'd like to see how many companies actually opt to do it.
I do want to see that.
That would be
it's
interesting.
It's probably not that many.
No.
Like it's probably some big ones again, just to like get some employer,
like to attract talent and stuff.
But at the same time, it's like maybe it depends on like your position in the company.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fucked up. Anyway, let's see. Among 40 plus countries, including Switzerland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Canada, and Japan, US is the only one that offers no paid maternity or paternity leave. Blah, blah, blah. I want to know what the Canada number is. Let's see. Parental leave in Canada. So, under the terms of the federal leave program, parents can take advantage of standard extended benefits. The one you choose can determine the number of weeks you're eligible to receive benefits and how much you receive. These benefits are designed for people who are away from work because they're pregnant or have recently given birth, or those who are away from work to care for a newborn or newly adopted child. Yeah. Employers are required to accept employees who take advantage of. If you're eligible for maternity benefits, you can receive benefits equal to 55% of your average weekly insurable wage, up to a maximum of $595 per week. The benefit is paid for 15 weeks. Okay. Anyway, I don't know exactly.
So that's not that bad. I mean, it's
not amazing, but like.
So it's basically almost 4 months off.
Uh-huh.
And you get like up to.
But I think what happens is you might get this from the government and then your employer might match it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you might actually end up getting the full.
Yeah.
But again, it depends on maybe. But anyway.
A lot of situations.
It's crazy. Okay, we need to see what Joe Rogan said, but I assume it's not good.
Yeah.
I think it was not good.
It wasn't great, I don't think. He was just kind of like made like a half-assed comment.
I think it was mostly like, oh, like you're a dad, why do you take time off?
Well,
like,
and then the person that he was interviewing, I guess on the podcast was like, "Oh, but, you know, like one of my friends or someone's in Germany and they get like so much time." You know, and then Joe Rogan happened to make a comment like, "Oh, yeah, but we actually work here."
Is that what he said?
In the US, yeah.
I think he said, well, this is America.
Yeah, something like this.
That's such a fucking American comment, too. Like, it's such like a stereotypical, like, American, like, this is America.
I know. But honestly, one of the best, and I think it was like a meme or like, not a meme, but it was like something, I remember seeing this like clip. And it's so priceless because I feel like it does. And again, I do apologize to some of our American listeners because I feel like we're bashing America right now.
No, we're not bashing America. We're bashing these policies. The
That's
fact
true.
is that a lot of Americans want paid paternity leave.
This is very true.
That's what's like imagine how frustrating that is. Like living in.
Oh God, it would be horrible. Yeah. So there was this guy that was like he was a professor.
Yeah.
And then they were like talking about some things, and then somebody was like, "America's the greatest. America's number one." And then he was like, "Okay, hang on a second." And then he started pulling up all these stats, like really crazy.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, and he would say like the most random stuff, like, but it was like things that it was actually quite shocking. Some of the stats, I don't know if it would still reign true exactly today, but it was like, you know,
they rank like 57 out of like 70 countries on like healthcare or something.
Yeah, healthcare, right? On social benefit, on safety, on all of this stuff. And then there's a few things where it's like America's number one. It was like guns per capita or something like this. And he was like, yeah, so I guess we're number one in that.
Oh my God.
Like it was so beautifully done. And I was just like,
so sad.
But it is. And you're right. It's not that we're bashing America. It's just like the policies that America has.
I know. It's crazy.
I don't know. I just, you know, imagine being a parent and not knowing that you couldn't take, especially when you first have a child. It's like that time with your baby is so precious.
That's the thing.
Like you don't want to just be right back in the rat race and your kid in childcare the whole time. Like obviously people are forced to do that and it is unfortunate, but like it's nice to be able to be supported, even if it is for 15, 16 weeks or whatever, to be able to spend that quality time with your baby.
And you're like kind of fucked also, like, because even if you go back to work again, you probably have to pay for daycare. And daycare is not cheap either.
Daycare is so expensive.
It's so expensive. So like imagine like either you take unpaid leave, somehow have money to take care of your baby.
Yeah.
Or don't take any leave, go back to work, but then you have to pay for daycare. So you end up with still not much.
Exactly. And there's some people that actually weigh it out. Like I know that some people, especially once you have more than one kid.
Yeah, it gets so expensive.
It gets so expensive that actually some partners are like, actually, I'm only making such a little amount over the daycare costs. Sure. I might as well just stay home with my kids.
Exactly.
And do like a day home or something.
Well, you know, they just shouldn't have had a kid then.
Oh, God damn.
That's what they say.
Yeah, well, you know what? And
well, they're trying not to, but then you don't want to make...
Oh, God damn.
They just shouldn't have sex then.
Well... That is blasphemy or whatever it's called.
Okay, now I need to see what Joe Rogan actually said. Okay. Because I feel like Joe Rogan, maybe he had good intentions at some point, and maybe he does have good intentions, but I think he's in such a little bubble now. Like he's so successful and so rich. He's living in this like really expensive, rich bubble that he doesn't like see things from like a normal person's perspective anymore. So he's thinking like, why do you need to take time off?
Exactly. Why do you need to take paternity leave?
Yeah. Like why do you need paid paternity leave? Well, go back to work.
It's like if he's in a position that he's in, like literally with that much money, like he could retire tomorrow if he wanted.
Oh, like easily.
Yeah.
Like the amount of money he makes, like it's outrageous.
Yeah.
For saying such dumb shit too. I'm sorry, but like I mean, he said some, you know.
How has his show gotten so big,
I don't fucking know. Seriously, if a guy starts fucking saying how he's like a religious Joe Rogan listener,
is that like
it's an immediate red flag and a turn off. I'm sorry. Maybe a few years ago it was like acceptable.
Yeah, but
now at this point, it's like, you know what? It's fine if they listen to it a little bit. Okay. But if they're like a Joe Rogan bro, no.
No, it's like that book. There was that book that came out.
Oh,
or something.
I know exactly.
What was it called? The Game? Was it called
the one
Game?
where they like hit on girls or
yes.
something.
If you ever like, well, not that I would be on a date with a guy that was like, yeah, I read The Game. I think that would be a red flag in itself. And like, why are you reading The Game?
Like, is that about homosexuals?
I'm pretty sure that's not about the homosexuals, but maybe you could extrapolate the data and apply it to the homosexuals.
I don't think you can. The homosexuals are a very unique breed.
This is for damn sure, Rose. Unique as hell.
Oh my God, this is so much worse what Joe Rogan said
What did he
than
say?
I even thought.
Okay.
Quote, any man who takes paternity leave is a loser.
Oh my God. This is the kind of negative masculine, what's it called?
Like toxic masculinity.
Thank you. Oh.
He said this. Oh man, what did he say? So he said, Rogan asked why men need to take time off work after having a baby. Isn't that supposed to be for the person who gave birth? Rogan asked on his show. Do men take paternity leave? This idea that both parents should get maternity and paternity leave at the same time is a little weird. And then his guest basically said, something about Germany, that European countries have a legislation.
Yeah. And
then Rogan's like, that's great. You want to live in Germany? Oh, because in America, you got to work. We're not in Europe. And for America, this is a new concept. When someone in government who is a man who didn't give birth, and there's two of them, and they both are off work, and they get free money, or what happens? Oh my God. First of all, it's not just, of course, like there is an argument to say that like women probably need it more, women, the woman gave birth. I get it. But at the same time, again, like we said, sometimes, most of the time, you need more than one person to take care of a newborn child.
Yeah.
Like newborn children, not that I've ever had one, but babies are a lot of work. They do not sleep. So most of the time, like you're probably going to be up all night anyway at the same time, right? Like if you're a guy.
Well, this is the thing. It's like child rearing does not just, I mean, obviously it's two people, right? Like two people
at least probably.
Exactly. And I think also this concept of like the woman has to take, because the thing is she can take
needs to take some breaks too.
Exactly. And the thing is like a woman that gives birth, she doesn't have to take the full maternity because maybe she wants to go back to work and he wants to stay at home.
Maybe
and take care
the
of
father
child.
wants to bond with the child, like we said. Maybe the father also wants to have that, those moments. Like this idea that like, oh, it's just ridiculous. Like men taking paternity leave. It's so outdated. Like I can't even believe it.
I bet you he's the kind of person that like he expects his wife to do all the cooking and cleaning. Like,
oh my God, I guess so. I didn't think he would be like that extreme, but yeah, he's like the standard bro, right? Like, God, seriously,
this is why I could never date a standard
bro. Like he's such a fucking bro. Like I can't. Like the stereotypical like, oh yeah, I go hunting and eat like elk meat and like how like men who take paternity leave are losers. Like,
oh my God.
Like men just need to like fucking go to work and provide for the family.
I think that it's actually very appropriate, and actually I think encourage guys to also take some time off.
Yes.
Take some paternity leave.
Paternity leave.
I don't know what I was trying to say there.
I'm sure there's studies where it's like they see that it is a positive thing all around.
It is. Well, and I think also I think there has been studies, and I remember reading in one of these articles, it was like if they're actually like have good policies, it actually increases like GDP and stuff. Like
it doesn't surprise
productivity
me.
And everything, because you're giving people like a break to raise their children.
Exactly.
Like, it's important, and children are the future of our society. Yes. Like we need them.
And people are paying taxes. This idea, I hate this idea that like when you get some kind of benefits, that it's just free money. Like you're just taking some free money.
Yeah.
Guys, people pay taxes. Okay. If you are a working individual, you are paying taxes. Unless you're a billionaire, people are paying fucking taxes. Okay. Like you've been paying taxes, for however many years that you weren't a parent. Yeah. You are owed that money by the government. Yes, their government spends money on other things too. Yeah. But one of the things that they spend money on, that they are obligated, that they should be spending money on, is on the citizens of the country, so that you can have a high functioning country. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
I know this is the thing. There's no such thing as free money out there, guys. And you're right. Like all of us are paying taxes, whether we like it or not. You own a property, you're paying property tax. You work, you're paying income tax.
Your child is going to grow up and eventually pay taxes.
Exactly. You want to go and buy a new laptop? Guess what? There's goods and services tax.
Yes.
You are taxed for everything. You want to start a business, corporation tax. There is all forms of tax, and that is paying for these social programs. It's not free money. There's no such thing as free money. You can't just invent money in the air. I mean, you can take out a loan.
Yeah.
And I know governments do that as well, but that's like a different conversation topic completely. But yeah.
I mean, there are cases, of course. There are small fringe cases. And yes, I do understand that, like, when you have a country where it's like the welfare programs are really good and social programs are good, there's going to be some people that take advantage.
Of course.
There's going to be some people that, you know, like, for example, in the UK, I think, like, because I think we talked about this, like, because children, if you have children, you get like if you're under like a poverty line or something, you get like a tax credit per child.
Yeah.
And some people, again, I don't think there's a lot of people, okay?
Yeah, it's like
but there are some people that have lots of children. When they don't take care of their child, they neglect their children, but they have lots of children just to collect the welfare checks.
Yeah.
Again, those things happen. I'm not denying that those things happen, but this is a small fringe group, and of course there's probably ways of trying to prevent those things from happening.
Of course, there must be like there's programs and like auditors and all kinds of stuff, like a fraud department.
I mean, we could probably, you know, check people that are pregnant and make sure that they are fit for fucking birth. But anyway,
that's a whole different discussion topic.
I'm gonna start petitioning for this.
That people aren't allowed to give birth unless they're deemed fit.
I mean, maybe they can give birth, but maybe they need to actually, you know, at least go through some checks and balances. Like, is it crazy? I'm sorry, I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But is it so crazy that, like, when you give birth, maybe have a, you know, mental health check? You know, maybe see if they're actually their home is fit. People don't check unless there's a until after the fact, right?
Yeah.
Until you see a bruise on a child or some sort of red flags, they don't check. At that point, a lot of times it might be a bit late. You've already damaged a child psychologically. So what I'm saying is, like, maybe like, just, you know, have a little check, just a little, you know.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
I don't think it's crazy. I just think it's a really tough, it's in an idealistic world. That's
Yes.
fantastic, right? But I think it's like one of those policies where it's like, I could see it in an idealistic world doing
Yes.
some good. But then the reality of it is like being able to deem somebody fit to be like, not fit, but like,
Right.
you know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of gray area and it's going to get very
Of course.
convoluted.
But, like,
so
again, I keep going back to the adoption thing, like how
Yeah.
it's so difficult to adopt a child.
that's true.
And yet literally anyone with a working body can have a baby. And somehow, just because your body can physically have a baby, you are somehow fit to raise the child.
Yeah.
Like, raising a child is not, you know, it's not an easy thing.
Well, that's a really good point though. You're right.
Yeah.
Because like for adoption, there are like, you hear about people like going through the adoption process for years.
I know. And very successful people, you know,
Yeah.
no criminal, like, everyth's great. They check everything. They check literally everything.
Yeah. They like comb through your finances.
Yeah. And
they
yet,
comb
if you
through
can
all
have
of
your
your
own child, no problem.
It's like, go for it. We'll even give you money for your child.
Yes, and then we don't know what kind of conditions they're being raised in. If you have a criminal record, it doesn't matter. You can have a child, raise the child, no problem.
Yeah.
What the actual fuck? That is fucked.
God damn.
Is it not fucked? It makes me angry.
I can see that.
Because I listen to too many true crime
I
stories.
know.
But they all have kids. All of these fucking, like, crazy people. Like, I don't want to say crazy. Like,
Yeah.
very dangerous people popping out babies.
Yeah.
What the actual... Anyway, what's the next story?
I know. It's so sad. It's really sad. Guys, whenever Rose gets heated like that and talks about this situation, I always think of the
Oh, God. Gabriel Fernandez.
Yes.
Is it Fernandez or Hernandez?
Fernandez, I think.
Oh, God, that child.
I know.
That's a prime example of, you know... Well, first of all, I think there was lots of issues with
There was
that.
a lot.
You know, that's another thing. Like, there's issues with child protective services.
Yeah.
They're not perfect, and often, in certain parts... Like, apparently in somewhere in LA,
Child slipped through the cracks.
like, there tons. Like,
Yeah.
at the sad part is, so if you guys watch that documentary, it is, I mean, trigger warning. It is,
God.
like, it is not an easy watch.
I was like bawling the
Yeah.
entire time, basically.
It was so hard to watch. Basically, this poor child first he was born to, like, his mom,
Yeah.
and then, like, didn't he, like, live somewhere else for a
Yeah,
bit?
I guess because his mom's a bit all over the place, and I think he went to go live with his like
Didn't he have a gay uncle or something?
his gay uncles
Yeah.
were like raising him,
Which
and
was great, and he was doing great.
yeah, but then I think the family had a problem with it or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And then the grandparents took him in for a bit, and then I think that eventually, I don't remember the whole story, but
Yeah.
eventually he got back with the mom and her her partner at the time, so his, I guess, stepdad or whatever.
And he was only there for, like, what, 6 months?
I think it was like 6 to 8 months. Like,
It was a short
such a
time.
short period of time. But during that time, there was so many points where the social justice system did fail. Like, there was like so many like not fail, but like it was the first case. The reason it became such a big case is it was the first case where the prosecutor was like suing the social workers, like
because it was so bad, the negligence
and stuff. And it was the first time that this had ever happened, and they were like, oh my god. Well, no, it's not the first time it ever happened, it's just the first time it came to light in such a
and it was
big
such
way.
Like a gruesome like case, right? And there were so many red flags, right? Like it wasn't even red flags, like people were reporting this.
Like literally
like the teacher was reporting
his
it.
Teacher was like calling in like all the time, was like, he's here with like fucking crazy bruises and shit. And then they would send a social worker to his house, and the mom would like make up a story, or like he went biking and fell down.
Why would you okay, call me crazy, but I often hear this where like social worker shows up, is like, is your child okay? If your child, if somebody is potentially thinking that the child is being abused, what parent that's abusing the child is going to be
say,
like, oh yeah, I just beat him up. Like, what the fuck? Of course. Like, what?
I know that, but this is what I mean. This is why there were steps and steps. There was that. Also, he'd been to the hospital several times with like broken all kinds of stuff, and the doctor, every time that he went, the doctors and nurses that had seen him, they never, it never
Did they do anything?
I can't remember if they also called social services at one point, because I think that he had come so many times to the hospital.
Right.
That they were like, okay.
I mean, at that point, are you supposed to call the hospital?
I don't know.
I mean, not the hospital, the police?
Yeah. I think the police were called once. Were they?
That is just insane.
There was
this
just
is
like
what
multiple
I'm saying.
levels
it's
of
like,
failure.
This is what I'm saying. It's like, we're really like obsessed with like, oh, birth mom. Okay. Just go live with the birth mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to take the child away from the birth mom if the birth mom is fucking beating him up.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, it's just ridiculous. And anyway, that show, like that like series, like it made me so mad, because even at the end, they showed it wasn't just him. First of all, like the way that he got abused was horrendous.
Like, it was insane.
Like you could see, like physically see all of like the issues that he was having. Like I am like literally still so shocked that like I don't want to blame anybody, but at the same time, it's like, God, how can you send the child back to this home? Like, exactly. I can't even believe it. Anyways, at the end, they showed like so many other instances that happened under that same like county.
Yeah. There was a problem in that LA county or whatever.
The thing is, it was like it was a poverty-stricken community.
Yeah.
That's my assumption as to why they weren't being taken care of.
It was.
But that's probably why there wasn't much funding in that community.
Yeah.
So the social workers were overworked or whatever it was. There was way too many cases per one person.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was so sad, and it made me so mad. I was like, I can't even believe this. Like,
no.
Like, it's a child. He was like 5.
And the saddest thing too, which like really like got me a lot, is like towards the end, it was like a couple days before everything really went crazy. And he was in his class with his teacher, and he's like had all these like fresh bruises and stuff. And then his teacher was like, I think she said something like, I want you to draw something that like makes you happy or something. Oh,
I know.
And he drew a picture of him and his mom, and was like, my mom's the best mom in the world.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
and
he probably just wanted acceptance from his mom.
Wanted love.
Oh my God, that's so sad. I'm gonna cry. Anyways,
okay, I think I know. I was like, oh my God, I can't talk about this anymore.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the crazy thing is, here's my last point about that. The crazy thing is, if he survived, grew up, what do you think he would have ended up becoming like? That's the thing. This is where I'm saying, like, he would have been potentially a serial killer, messed up, abused. He would be abusing, like, probably.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if he wasn't. I mean, not 100%.
Yeah.
But like there's a high chance that he would have done that.
A higher chance, for
exactly.
sure.
So the people that are surviving these things, they have trauma that isn't being taken care of.
And isn't being dealt with.
And they're going to grow up. And why do you think we have so much violence in our world? Of course, that's not the only reason. Yeah. But we don't take care of these kids.
Yeah.
So like, anyway, this goes back to the whole paternity maternity thing as well. Like, it's like, we need to like invest in like these children when they're at that age as a community, not just leave individuals to just fend for themselves, because I don't fucking trust individuals. Okay. I
know, this is the thing. It's like, so, God.
And don't force people to have babies when they don't want to and they don't have the capacity to. Anyway, oh my God. Oh, I'm getting heated today.
I can see that.
I'm in a mood.
God dang.
Don't piss me off now.
God dang.
What's the next story? Is it going to piss me off more?
Well, the next story is... It's not like that. I don't think it's the most interesting story, so we don't have to talk about it.
I mean, we could talk about it briefly.
Because I just wanted to briefly touch on it because I think it's definitely having impacts globally.
Supply chain issues.
Yeah. So
because of COVID.
Because of everything that's been going on.
And have you heard about the potential inflation? Apparently, there's going to be a big inflation issue.
So actually, speaking of that, God damn.
What the mother of?
This is the impact direct. So apparently, and this is just, guys, this is obviously isolated to our city, but I'm not isolated, but like this is an article about our city. This is not
going to be an isolated issue.
No, for sure not. So apparently, on average, Calgarian families are...
Calgary is where we live, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, and we're called Calgarians.
Rose is a very proud Calgarian, as you can see. Calgarian to the core. But Calgarian families are seeing roughly $220 added to their monthly grocery bill.
That's insane.
Because, and again, this is all linked to like supply chain issues. And I guess like a lot of it is like the ports are all backed up.
Yeah.
So there's like tons of like, so the ports typically, I guess boats just come in and I don't even really know. Because again, supply chain is that thing that happens around us, but we don't really see it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Like it's where's all our shit coming from?
Exactly. And it's all over the world, like
it's
huge,
crazy.
This crazy logistic fucking spider web.
Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Like humans, very smart, but also very stupid.
Exactly. So apparently there's been like, supply chain issues. There was that boat that got like backed up in the canal. Was it the Suez Canal or something?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And that was like earlier this year that caused like a huge disruption to like the whole, because it's like a domino effect, right? But apparently now a lot of it is because like during COVID and stuff, like we did see like, for example, you know, with restaurants closed and everything else,
sure,
there was like people weren't going out and buying as much.
Sure.
So they always keep talking about pent up demand. And basically now that things are starting to open up more, we're seeing consumerism increase really rapidly.
Even before like COVID. Okay.
Yeah. It's like people were holding off making purchases and now everyone's like,
let's spend everything.
So they're having this huge surge in demand.
Sure.
And supply is getting fucked because I guess apparently as well, on top of this, the like truck drivers and the, you know, like not factory, but I guess the port workers and all of this, there's not enough of them.
Right.
Like apparently maybe they got laid off during the pandemic.
Sure.
I don't know what happened, but apparently there's just not enough of them and they're desperately trying to get people for these industries because they're just, you know, running out of people.
God damn, $220 a month. That's a lot.
That is a fucking lot. I thought groceries were going up.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've heard that just globally there's just gonna be like huge increases.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I heard it's not gonna get better in the next like 6 months.
I mean, I don't think so.
No,
I doubt it.
Because it's like one of those things. It's like it's gonna take so long to get. Because when you think of the global economy, it's like kind of mind blowing.
It's a mind fuck.
It is because even within Canada, like we're a small country, but when you think of like all the people here, and I'm like, if everybody,
we're a small country in population, but we're huge.
Yeah, in size.
So even that would make an impact, right?
Exactly, of course. And like think about it, like if everybody, like it's like. The global economy is insane. Like, for example, if everybody in Calgary gave me $1, I'd have like 1.4 million
for sure.
Which is like just like little tiny concepts of like this. And think about how much each of us, just within the city of Calgary, are spending on groceries per month.
Like how much we're consuming,
exactly,
how much we're buying.
It's insane.
Crazy.
Probably.
How is this even like? Sometimes it's actually a mindfuck.
Like it is. Like think about like 1.4 million people all buying groceries. Like how much money that is every month.
Yeah, and sometimes I think. Like, think about this. If everything gets fucked, like full on fucked, World War III,
oh god,
everything's fucked.
Yeah.
No more like Suez Canal down the drain. Is it Suez Canal or Suez Canal?
I think it's Suez Canal.
Anyway, whatever it is. Guys.
And then there's also the Panama Canal as well.
Canals blocked. Everything's fucked. What do we eat, Daniel? Do we grow food? There's no food. We don't grow food. Like we're fucked. Like if you're in like Europe, Asia, maybe you're like less fucked.
Depending what part. Yes.
Depending on the part. But there's certain part, you know, if you're in Italy, you know, go to the vineyard, drink some wine, drink your sorrows away, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, there's like olives growing. I don't know. Like, anyway, we are fucked.
Well, especially these months.
Yeah, especially in the winter.
Nothing. Well, I guess we could grow stuff like inside. Like, could I not be growing tomatoes or something right in my house?
I mean, yes, that is a possibility.
Yeah.
But where do you even get seeds? These are questions I don't have answers
so Rose,
to.
you go to a gardening store.
Yeah, but then where are they getting their seeds? Where is it from, Daniel?
Well, that's a good question. It's from
Are they making it in Canada?
They could be. I don't know.
We don't know.
You know what's even?
Are they importing it though? What are we importing versus not importing?
Do you want to know something even crazier?
What's crazy?
About seeds.
What's crazy about seeds?
Apparently, there's like a global warehouse of seeds.
See, where is it? It's not in Canada, I guarantee
it's not, but apparently it's like there's like a global thing where it's like a seed thing just to like protect the global food supply.
Oh, interesting. So, but that's the thing. Sure, you can protect the supply, but if there's no transportation, let's say all the ships blow up. I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking like crazy dystopian future.
Yeah.
Canada's fucked. Like, again, what do we eat? Yeah, sure, we can grow some tomatoes. How many tomatoes do you think we need to grow though in our little home? Like, what else can we grow?
I don't know, but I guess my house would then become a jungle.
Can you
like literally I'd have so much shit in here like growing.
Can you grow like beans? Like,
yeah, I think you can grow beans.
How easy is it to grow beans?
Well, that's a good question. How's your sweet potato plant coming?
It's just very beautiful. But I think if I plant
grown into a plant?
Have you not seen my sweet potato plant? You've seen it. It's like the vine thing that's coming down. That's my sweet potato.
Oh wow, it did grow.
But I think if you pot it,
it will grow potatoes.
But I'm sure you have to do it in like a certain way. Like I can't just like pot it.
So that's really freaky to me. So you just cut a sweet potato and it just grew into a vine.
This is what I did. I took a sweet potato. I saw it on TikTok. And I put it in a glass of water.
Yeah.
I literally just dunked it in a glass of water, like not fully. It was like half. And I waited. It took like 2 months for it to start growing anything, but it started growing little roots, okay? And then it started growing like huge. The roots are crazy. I need to actually pot it because the roots are going insane.
Yeah.
And then it started basically growing leaves out of the sweet potato. It's kind of creepy.
That is insane.
It's kind of
like
gross.
That's tripping me out a little bit.
At first I was like, I don't know if I should be proud and happy or like kind of grossed out.
I'm surprised you could handle seeing all the like things come out the bottom.
It's giving me goosebumps right now. At first it was like kind of gross. I was like, oh my God. Well, the bottom is like the gross part, which I don't look at because I actually put it in I can't see the bottom.
Yeah.
But but now it looks really cool and it's like a vine. It's
like when you have potatoes in a bag and they start growing.
Daniel, that's triggering. That is so rude. That's so triggering.
But look at my plant. It's also growing some weird stuff out the side.
Ew! Oh, what? God, plants are so weird.
That's not gross. It's just some weird growth out the side of it.
It looks gross. Maybe you need to like cut off the weeds. Anyway, I mean, your money plant's doing really well. It literally looks like it grew up in the desert.
Well, it did. And then also that plant on the other side, I think that's dead on the left.
Oh my God, Daniel, you need to like get your shit together.
No, I am. The only thing that survives is that tree, so I think I'm gonna get another one of those.
I'm gonna give you a part of my rubber plant because that one's really easy to take care of.
You say that now.
Oh I have if you manage to kill that rubber plant,
I have an anti-green thumb. Because honestly, as soon as
you
I
would be fully fucked if the supply chain was fucked. And
I probably would be. Yeah, I'd have to figure out something else to eat.
I mean, we'd probably survive off canned goods for a while.
Yeah.
But then that's only for a while. What are you supposed to do?
Oh God, let's not think. Well, no, because if we could,
I think about this random shit. Sometimes.
I know, because like in the summer we can grow stuff for sure.
In Alberta?
Yeah, 100% you can grow stuff.
What do you grow? I mean, yeah, you can grow like but you can grow like lettuce.
Yeah, you can grow potatoes.
Can you grow potatoes? Yes. Have you grown a potato?
I've never grown it, but you can.
Are you sure we have the soil for this?
100%.
Okay, fine. We can grow potatoes. You know what? If we can grow potatoes and sweet potatoes, we might be okay.
We can maybe grow some rice.
Rice? I think rice is hard, Daniel.
That's true. I think you need like a water thing.
Yeah, that's why rice is only grown in like certain countries.
Like Asia.
Yeah, there's a reason. Okay, it's not like it's like maybe you can grow wheat. I don't know. Is that easy?
I don't know. Anyway,
God,
guys,
how do people figure this shit out?
I don't know.
Anyway, I mean, if you can grow potatoes, we could make it happen. Maybe we should learn this skill. Sometimes I worry about this.
Yeah, you guys, if you have any gardening tips, please leave it in the comment section below.
Is that it? Was that has it been an hour?
It has.
God damn, guys. Anyway. Sorry for my temper tantrum and my mental breakdown. I apologize, guys.
I'll be dealing with it later, so that's fine, guys.
I just needed a day, I just had a moment, this morning I had a moment. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm worried about all this shit. It's been a while since I've had like that kind of like thought process.
Yeah.
Don't know what happened. But then today bought some anti-aging moisturizers and it's all going to be okay.
Exactly.
Put on some makeup, Yeah.
Got on with your day.
Bought some clothes.
Yeah.
Did some I've been doing a lot of retail therapy.
God damn.
I mean, we're going to die soon.
You love spending money, don't you, Rose?
That's so rude.
Every time I'm there, you got some new device at your house.
You know what? Recently, I've just been, first of all, new home, gotta get some stuff, okay?
That's true.
But also, recently, there's been some retail therapy. I'm not gonna lie.
We all need a little. I need some retail therapy. I need to get some new clothes.
I just want to feel like, attractive.
Rose, you are attractive.
Where you're just like, I just want to feel. The thing is, though, I just one last thing. Okay. So the other day I went to a consignment store. So big fan of consignment stores. Big fan. Okay. Because, it makes me
How
feel
big
good.
of a fan?
Huge fan.
Okay.
Makes me feel good about, my shopping.
Yeah. Addiction.
Because it's not an addiction. Okay, guys, I actually don't shop that much.
How many pairs of shoes do you have?
I actually don't have that many shoes. Daniel, you should see my girlfriend's shoe, like my other friends' shoe collections. It is double, triple my shoe collection. Guaranteed. Okay? My problem is not shoes. I will admit I have a lot of clothing. I have an obsession with clothing more so than shoes. Anyways, so other day, I went to the consignment store because I was like, I have a big box of clothes that I need to consign. So if you don't, I assume everybody knows what a consignment store is. So you put your clothes there and then some of it gets sold and then you make a little bit of money back. Anyway, so it's like a secondhand thrift store, but you can potentially make some money. Yeah. So I dropped off like two big bags of clothes. Very proud of myself. Okay. Not very good at letting go of my clothing. Okay. Then they were like, oh, so are you going to do some shopping? I was like, no, I'll browse around. They're like, oh, well, you know what? Today we have 50% off everything.
So did you leave with more clothes than you?
I still ended up only leaving with one bag, but I bought like
so much stuff.
But I bought like probably I think like over 10 items. Okay. But it was 50% off.
Yeah. You know what bugs me about consignment stores?
I know.
Is like there's never like literally like when it comes to, even consignment stores, thrift stores, charity shops,
like
any of this stuff, any secondhand stuff, there is literally barely any men's stuff.
I wonder if we went to like actual there's some big thrift stores.
Yeah,
we should go one time.
Like I mean,
and browse. But yeah, you're right. There is. It's because men. Let's blame men again. Especially straight men. Straight men, they just don't. They don't really care much about this issue. Like environmental issues. Like I feel like less, not all, of course. But a lot of men, they don't recycle. Like we read that article about how men don't want to recycle because they don't want to look gay.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God. I was like, this is the shit that we're dealing with here.
Why am I attracted to you straight men? Why?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to put that in recycling because that's a very homosexual thing to do. Nothing says you're homosexual more than putting a bottle into the recycling bin. Nothing. You're a flaming homosexual. Seriously, people.
So I think that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
And I think another part is that they're just too lazy. Like they don't think to bring this to a thrift store. They don't think like let's donate. Yeah. Like I don't know. What do they do? Men. Or maybe they wear the same shit. Or who knows? Like there's multiple reasons. I mean, there is one reason which I think is valid. Like women just buy more clothes. Yeah. They go through more clothes. There's more, different options for women.
Definitely. Even when you go to like a shopping mall.
Exactly.
There'll be like 100 stores for women and like 4 for men.
Do you know why though? Patriarchy.
Oh God damn. And on that positive note, guys, I would like to thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the SaVeg Podcast.
Love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to my rants.
Yes.
This is why we started the podcast.
This is true. We started for a little space for us to rant and talk to you guys about different things. If you are watching on YouTube and you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. Show us some love in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button if you isn't following us already. What else, Rose?
Make sure that you give us a little review if you haven't already. Make sure you give us a little 5-star rating wherever you're watching or listening. Yep. And of course, make sure you join our Patreon family. Once again, it starts at only $3 a month, my friends. Yeah. And you get a bonus episode every single month only for the patrons. And you can listen to all of our old episodes, which we have a ton of. Yes. And of course, you get ad-free content and the episodes a week earlier than everybody else. So it is a huge perk.
Yeah, it is a huge perk.
Lots of perks.
Awesome.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening.
Right. Thanks,
and we will talk to you guys next week.
Bye.